Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 2 of my mini-series entitled Money, Burnout, and Balance in Real Estate. Now, I know you're probably saying, Lesa, I didn't even know you were doing a series. And truthfully, I didn't either. But it was put on my heart to talk about money in real estate. Not money tips, but the connection between money, burnout, and how you're running your business. And after recording last week's episode, I decided this would be a mini-series of probably 5 episodes. So I hope you enjoy them, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Do you know what's interesting? I've been having a lot of conversations lately with women in real estate, and on the surface, everything looks good. They're busy, they're closing deals, their calendar is full. But underneath all of that, there's this quiet frustration. And one woman said something to me recently that I just can't stop thinking about. She said, Lesa, I'm making money, but I feel like I'm working way too hard for what I'm actually bringing home. And when I asked her to walk me through one of her recent deals, well, she had driven all over town, taken calls late at night, negotiated back and forth for days, supported her client emotionally through the entire process, and when it was all done, she discounted her commission. No one asked her to, really. She just did it. And when I asked her why, she said, I just didn't want to lose the deal. If that hit you even a little bit, this episode is for you. Because undercharging isn't about your pricing. It's about what you believe would happen if you actually held your value. And today, I'm going to walk through 3 powerful shifts that will change how you think about money, pricing, and selling in your business. Is your mind constantly racing with endless to-dos, yet you still feel stuck? Are you feeling guilty when you unplug? Or are you exhausted from hustling nonstop? Hi, I'm Lesa, wife, mom, grandma, and business owner for over 3 decades. I know what it takes to build a business you love without burning out. If you're ready to trade overwhelm for clarity and create a business that honors your values and your life, you're in the right place. So take a deep breath, close those 12 browser tabs, and drop the hustle. It's time to become the Balanced Businesswoman. Hi, friend. Before we get into today's episode, I want to personally invite you into a private business diagnostic conversation with me. This is a focused one-on-one conversation designed specifically for experienced women in real estate who are successful on paper, but feeling stretched thin, overwhelmed, or disconnected behind the scenes. In this private session, we get to the root of what's creating the pressure. We clarify what truly deserves your time and energy right now, and we create a clear, grounded plan so you can move forward feeling calm, confident, and back in control. No rushing, no surface level advice, just real clarity and intentional direction. If you're ready to stop carrying it all alone and step into the year feeling supported and steady, head to bit.ly/bb-diagnostic and book your private business diagnostic conversation today. That link will also be in my show notes. Let's anchor you back into peace and into a way of doing business that actually works for your life. Okay, let's dive into today's episode. Let's start here. Most women think undercharging is a strategy problem. They think, I need to look at what others are charging. I need a better pricing structure. I just need to be more confident. Here's the truth that I know. You don't charge based on your skill. You charge based on how you see yourself. And here's what I've seen after over 30 years in real estate. The women who undercharge are rarely the least experienced. They're often the most thoughtful, the most caring, the ones who go above and beyond. But somewhere along the way, being helpful turned into feeling like they had to earn their worth over and over again. I remember a season in my own business where I was doing everything quote unquote right. I was working hard, I was showing up, I was getting results. But internally, I was still questioning, am I worth this? Should I be charging this? What if they say no? And no one teaches you this part because on the outside, it looks like pricing. But on the inside, it's an identity issue. So if your undercharging isn't about pricing, how do we actually fix it? Let's talk about it. Fix number 1, define your value intentionally. One of the biggest reasons women undercharge is because they've never clearly defined the value they bring. They feel it, but they can't articulate it. I had a client I was working with, and I asked her, "What value do you bring to your clients?" And she said, "I work hard, I care for them, I'm always available." And I said, "Yes, and so does everyone else." And that's when it clicked. Because what she wasn't saying was how she kept her clients calm during emotional decisions, how she caught things others would have missed, how she negotiated in a way that protected thousands of dollars. And once she saw that, her confidence shifted. Not because she became more valuable, but because she finally recognized what was already there. So here's what I want you to do. Take some time and ask yourself, what value do I bring beyond the transaction? And I want you to actually write it down. Write down at least 10 things, not surface level things, real value, the kind that actually impacts your client's outcomes. Once you've written down your list, take a look at it and ask yourself another question. Ask, what here actually changes the experience or the results for my clients? Because you don't get paid more by doing more. You get paid more by owning what you already do. Fix number 2, rewire your daily thinking. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even when you know your value, your brain doesn't automatically start believing it. You can write the list, you can see it clearly, and the moment you're about to quote your fee, that thought shows up. What if they think it's too much? That's not a strategy problem. That's a practice thought problem. So, what we're going to do is intentionally choose new thoughts. From your value list that you just created, I want you to create 3 intentional thoughts. Examples could be, I guide my clients through one of the biggest financial decisions of their life. My experience protects my clients from costly mistakes. The right clients don't question my value. Those are just some examples. I want you to come up with your own. And here's what I want you to understand. These are not just affirmations. These are identity anchors. Every morning before you start your day, I want you to sit with those thoughts for at least 2 minutes. And throughout the day, when fear or doubt shows up, You replace that fear and doubt with your chosen thoughts, because you don't rise to your goals. You fall to your unsupportive thoughts. I'll repeat that. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your unsupportive thoughts. So let's rewire and create some intentional thoughts. Fix number 3. Set boundaries that match your value. This is the piece that most people miss. You can believe you're valuable, but if your behavior doesn't reflect it, nothing changes. I had a conversation with someone who told me, I know I need to stop discounting. And I asked her, what happens right before you do it? And she said, I just get uncomfortable. That's it. Not strategy, not the market. It's discomfort. And instead of learning how to hold that discomfort, she was solving it by lowering her price. So here's the shift I want you to make, ladies. Your pricing is not just a number, it's a boundary. Aligned, highly successful women don't convince, chase, or over-explain. They decide, communicate, and hold. Instead of asking, do they want to work with me? Ask, is this client aligned with how I work? You're not trying to be chosen. You are doing the choosing. I want you to imagine something for a moment. What would your business look like if you fully trusted your value? You're not second-guessing your pricing. You're not over-explaining. You're not saying yes to clients who drain you. Instead, you're working with people who respect your process. You're charging in alignment with your value. And your business feels lighter. Not because you're doing more, but because you've stopped proving. And that shift, it changes everything. It changes your confidence, your clients, your income, your peace. And it all starts with how you see yourself. Okay, ladies, until next week, make it a great day on purpose. Hey, ladies, I hope today's episode gave you something to think about and a little more breathing room as you move through your week. If it resonated, I'd love for you to share it with a friend, hit follow, and take a moment to leave a review. Your reviews mean the world to me, and they help more women find this podcast. For more support and connection, you're welcome to join my free Facebook community at bit.ly/thebalancedbusinesswoman, where we continue these conversations together. That link will be in my show notes. Until next week, take care of yourself. And remember, your business should fit your life, not the other way around.